Hello everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of Kingdoms of Amalur. Re-Reckoning, part 21 today. Yeah. Anywho, before I get to the game there, just finishing, taking a look at something here actually. Um, really? It's quite a bit of money for that though, that's crazy. I'm just looking at excuse me. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at a candy website. I don't know, lately I've just been eating quite a bit of candy. Sweet tooth is growing on me for the past like week. They got a thing of Oreos here for $12.99. Who in their right mind's gonna pay $12.99 for Oreos? It's crazy. But the thing is it's not the type of Oreos that you can actually find around here. It's like a strawberry donut flavor, and then another one was I don't know, something else. I can't remember what it was. But $12.99, yikes! Like right now, I'm looking at one. It's called Brookio, and it looks like it's kind of like, s'mores in a sense, basically. Not really that big of a fan. Ah, oh, nerds. That takes me back. Look at that. And I forgot to let my friend know again that I'm streaming. At least I didn't forget the last few times. I'm gonna have to let her know after I'm done the stream. Just don't really feel like blue screening. Just, oh my god, just all this candy looks so good. Just, but yeah. Yeah. But I will say this though, it's quite expensive. Quite expensive. There's one here for $40 retro box, but I don't see that. It's kind of weird. Imagine paying $30 for candy. That's crazy though. But it is a box though. But I just don't know how much is what's in the box. They don't tell you exactly. You just see. But I feel like it should be more than that. Sorry, I should get into the game. Like for instance, I got Laffy Taffy here, Fun Dip. See soda bottles that look like it's in plastic. Not sure what it's called. Tootsie Roll, which is gross. Nerds. Big League Chew bubblegum. Juji Fruits. Something in a clear bag. Looks like gummies. Sour Pop Sucker. Looks like Pop Rocks Cherry. Popeye cigarettes. Or candy sticks now. Um, yeah, it's just like I look at that and I'm like, that's crazy for $30 though. It's called the Retro Box. And then the $40 one, I see Lemon Nicks, Juji Fruits, Nerds, Rockets, which is basically Smarties apparently down in the States, Razzles Fizz, Wacky Waffles, Something Daddy. That kind of is concerning, actually. Okay, I'm just joking. I see Tootsie Roll on the end there. Still not. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Tootsie Roll. Can't even speak. What's the chocolate box look like? Oh, well, never mind. It ended up closing the chocolate box by accident. Wah, wah. Anyway. Alright, everyone here? Oh, Sugar Daddy. Hey, Mama Pizza. Yeah, I'm just like looking at this stuff here. Let's see, we got Big Honey, Picnic, Junior Mints. Those are kind of gross, but I like the hot chocolate Junior Mints though. Mazap. I'm supposed to be. I'm guessing that's supposed to be marzipan. No, Mazapan. Huh? Mazapan chocolate. A bunch of chocolates that are not even in, that are just in plastic. I have no idea what they are. Some type of small Kit Kat bar just on its own. Very small, like the Halloween size ones. Boost 55. Richie Caramel Log. Sounds gross. Reese's Dark Peanut Butter Cups. Gross. Don't like peanut butter. Yeah, that's a $40 box, though. Hey, that's a $40 box? Well, what's this one? $50 box? That's crazy. It's bonkers. Crunch Clusters, or whatever. Or Mocha, wait. Maybe Mocha Crunch? Anyway. Mega Low, I don't know. It looks like it's candies. Yeah, there's quite a bit here. Baby Ruth. Yeah, I don't like Baby Ruths, actually. Boost. Curly Whirly. Milka. Yeah. Before the way things were in the world today, I never went and bothered to go shop here. I remember I went there once and I'm like, whoa, this place is expensive. Anyway, I went on for 8 minutes about candy. I apologize, folks. But, oh, man. Anyway, for that much money, you should be able to pick what you want in there. Yeah, but some of the stuff is like, I guess, like, from the prices that I see in there right now, it's like, oh, $2 for just one of these, and I'm like, that's crazy. But if you really think about it, you'll see the same prices like in the grocery stores, so it's not that crazy, you know what I mean? Anywho, we were about to visit the king. Wait, who's this? Oh yeah, the sewers. We're about to visit the king.
Is there anything I can assist with?
No, there isn't, honey. Let's go visit the king. I'm seeing the thing here, and it's a $60 spring box, but yet it says here $30. So you go figure. Alright. Game's loaded up. Back to the game. Can't be distracted by candy. Go on it. king's hood. I want to see what the king's hood was. % critical hit damage, 8 plus 80 health, 101. Well, that's not bad, but how much were destroyed? 986. Okay. There's something there. Oh yeah, items. I wanted to take a look at the scrolls I just obtained. I wanted to read them. All right, Psalms 1. Hymn of Patience, or Penitence. O Athena on high, we praise your name, we sing your glory, Athena on high. Beloved goddess of wisdom, Athena on high. You are heavenly goddess of our people, Athena, the ancient and most wise of heavens above, Athena, the goddess of greatness. You are, I don't even know how to go about this, because yeah. Hymn of remembrance and hymn of praise. Junk, junk, junk. Maybe it's a pistol that I had. Pistol 2. A letter from Diodorus to the trolls. Brothers and sisters, I write to you in the name of Athena. Blessed be her name, and the names of her followers. O great trolls of the mountains, you who shake the ground. But wait a minute, I read this. Next. Brothers and sisters, I write to you in the name of Athena. Blessed be her name, and the names of her followers. Brethren of the hills, may the serenity of Athena shine down upon you. You are as beloved by her as you are the Colossi. For as you serve us, so do you serve the blessed goddess. It is the right and humble way, and how much more noble is it to possess the strength and will that you possess, and yet exercise the proper judgment in its use. The understanding comes from her, as does all knowledge. So you see that you are blessed with might, and the knowledge of its proper employment. Junk. Well, here we go. Sup, King?
And though the path be fraught with tribulation, know that it leads to the land of our greatness, and that we walk it with you. Such were the words the gods spoke to the progenitor of my race when they sought to guide us from our base origins into a fruition of potential. Words have been in my heart every day of my reign, but now they are embodied. Welcome. Beckoned. At last, this city will be complete.
If I could control what my character would say, the very first thing he would say would be, Hiya! The city's incomplete? How so?
Because we are all of us, my whole people, incomplete. Because we are not worthy enough, not deserving enough, see such wonders of the gods, and I thought that failure was a finality. I have prayed to the gods in seclusion in hopes of an answer, but they were as quiet as the silent choir. Now the beckoned is come. With you the gods can bear witness to us atoning for our inadequacies. We must start at once, beginning with the wreath of absolution.
What's the wreath of absolution?
Something no Primos would ever wish to wear. They are only made in times of great need, and we must prove to the gods our devotion.
What do I need to do? So, the gods forgive you. What do I need to do?
The Wreath of Absolution can only be created from the hands guided by a theme. I must ask you to assemble it. First, a golden prayer circlet is needed to serve as its base. The art of crafting one is all but lost to us. But I require one all the same. The last Primos to wear a Wreath of Absolution Arcades is buried with one such circlet. Sakandra led you to me, did she not? Then she will lead you to the circlet.
The cipher.
Many are the artifacts strewn throughout this world. But the cipher of a theme, I have seen its outline traced in tomes and scrolls, but never in person. Bearing it makes you an embodiment of her power, Beckoned. She sees and hears through you.
Teeth and Narrows.
This land is the crucible by which my people might be forged to their new destiny. Vicious and inhospitable, it rebukes my people's every step.
Silent Choir.
The Silent Choir is a group of our most faithful followers, and serve me as I serve the gods. So deep is their faith that they never speak upon entering service.
Colossi.
The Colossi are the children of the Titans. We are the inheritors of their will, and we are the ones that will shepherd this world into a new age. This is greater than any city or any temple that you will find in this world. Of that I assure you. But the city, though magnificent, is only half completed. The goddess has shepherded my people for generations. She was responsible for the growth of my people. Somehow, we were found unworthy of her. I have prayed to learn why, but her anger must be far too great. The messenger of the gods, one summoned to bring the word of faith back to our people. I always assumed that the beckoned would be one of my own kind, but you bear the cipher. Your role cannot be made more clear. He led my people into the times that you see today. The gods did not favor his reign, clearly. I am the Primos of the Colossi people. As I lead them in politics, I lead them in prayer.
Where is Archie's circlet?
It lies in his crypt, in the darkest pits beneath the city. They are old halls, and they have fallen into disuse. I understand there might be trepidations in taking such an artifact from my predecessor's crypt, but I assure you, it is ordained. The times we have arrived at are desperate, and when the heavens show their intent, one cannot stand too much on ceremony. Come, Beckoned.
Let's see if I can do this. Got it. Whew. Pizza, you're still there, right? I stole the primal scepter. Really? Didn't think I stole that. I'm gonna keep that, but it didn't show up in red when I took it. Mama Pizza? While the king was talking, this is what I was looking at. See, Liturgy of the Word. The scroll describes one of the colossi rituals performed in worship of Athene. Primos, glory to Athene, the wisest of gods, and blessed are we, her children. In the name of Athene we pray to the heavens and give thanks and praise. Holy Athene, bless us as we bear witness to your works, and gather together today in worship. For it is in your presence that we are ascendant, O Athene on high. Congregation, we praise your name, Athene. Primos, glory of Athene, the mother and protector of Lydia. I think it's Lydia. Anyway, I can't remember. Anyway, who watches over us and guides us with her wisdom. It is by your power, Athene, that we live above the savagery of the highest mountains and the drudgeries of the darkest valleys. We cherish your gift and make all of our city your monument. Congregation, guide us and protect us, Athene. Primos, glory to Athene, the source of all inspiration for in her we find everlasting beauty. Her love shines upon us and fills us with her majesty. Our expressions reflect your greatness, Athene, and our works are a tribute to your endless magnificence. Only through her do we create. Congregation, bless us with your inspiration, Athene. Primos, we bring these before you, O Athene, and herald your wisdom to all, so that your beauty shines in the heavens and your word ring throughout the land. Junk.
Is it? You return. Well, the Primos has not graced the ears of his subjects in ages. What has he said to you?
I need to rob Arkies too. I'm pretty sure that's not how it went. I need the circlet of Arkies.
The circlet of Arcase. And Anakatos expects me to lead you to it? Has his reclusion left him senseless? Has he forgotten his history as well as his people? Very well. As I cannot refuse the Primos, I will meet you in the crypts in the undersewers of the city. Let us deal with this as quickly as possible. I've had chances to speak of Arcase before, but it is not fitting for me to discuss him. Not now. You are the first to hear his voice in some time. I almost thought he would join his acolytes in their silent pact. But his prolonged absence from his people has taken its toll on his judgment. Does the crypt of Arcais have no sanctity to him?
Where's Arcais' tomb?
We can find it in the crypts beneath the city's sewers. They are old structures, forgotten as the city was built above them. Very well.
Interesting. Okay. Man, I'm gonna craving for a coffee. Really don't want to make a coffee in the middle of a stream though. What do I have left for flavors? Chocolate, raspberry, truffle. And Guy Fieri's hot fudge brownie. Well, hot fudge brownie it is if I go to make it. You're fine, Mama Pizza. You're busy. Oh, good grief. Oh, there we go. That's better. Got it. Nope. 8% critical hit damage, 7% chance critical hit. Junk. Are you okay, Mama Pizza? Dare I ask? Is it something that I should know? Oh, how did you do that? Dare I ask? Anyway. You twisted the wrong way. I know that feel. So many drop down points. What? Okay. That's if you hurt your back going to that place, then that sucks. Okay. Shadow Prism? I just got trolled. Hard. Oh, no, 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 I'm going to the, I'm in the crypts there. Where an old king was buried. And I am full. Just checking to see what the cheapest is here. 226, that's gone. 18,573. Oof. Oh, that can go. 141.
So
let's try that again.
more?
Got it.
It has been long since I have prayed to the gods, but I feel the litany singing once more. Yes, Beckham.
Hit the thing by accident. Use watering system? I don't know if I want to do that right yet. Spell this bad boy. Guess I'll take the ebony staff. is. So save it as is. Not save it as is, but keep it like that. So system. So water system. Contract board? Get out of here. Okay. Just gonna say there's a contract board down here? What in blue blazes? Yeah, that's living quarters. Alright. I guess I'm gonna have to go to the south of the sewers from this thing. So yeah, this is the sewers. Technically, so. Yes, I am in the poo place there, Mama Pizza. Found idol. Oh. Nice. Prismere Greatsword, huh? Harvest off Scrabble deposits. Okay. Yay, 1 gold. Rolling in the money now. Rolled into the money now. No. Let's go down here and see what's here. Vermin. Wow, vermin. Oh, alright, can't pick up anything. Herder. Oh, yeah, there it is. I was gonna say, I seen that ladder down here a moment ago. Wow. Oh, poked me for the last time. Marauder totem. Oh yeah, it's those totem people. Oh. I don't want your shadow prism. Interesting. Oh, you missed. Oh, that hit. Get wrecked, bird. It's like, fight me.
It has been long since I have prayed to the gods.
I feel that once more. Whatever. You know what? I'm gonna go down and around this way. This might be the way I need to go. No, I don't need that. I'd love to have it so I can sell, but can't pick it up.
Forsaken land.
Really? There we go. What's over here? Junk. Literally junk. Shadow prism. Get out here with that. Oh man. Alright. I'm going under sewers. So if that was the place of poo, then where is this place?
Be cautious. There are marauders here. Must then I must. Keep close. There are worse things than marauders in these lower tunnels.
Oh, can't pick them up. Let's just do it anyway.
They have lurked these walls for decades,
Junk.
raised along with the city years ago. Let us be quick about this.
White flake. Flaky white. Arc circlet.
There. That is the artifact you seek. The circlet of Arcades. By taking it, Arcades' grave becomes an empty tomb. Let us depart. Onakatos has had his fun with me, and there is nothing left to plunder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why are you so angry at me?
They are colossi who succumb to the burden of this wilderness, letting it transform them into mindless brutes. They have the strength of our strongest, with none of the wisdom.
Yes, why are you so angry?
It is nothing I can share with you, Beckoned. It is not worth your time.
Tell me, 95%. Sorry, I meant no offense. Tell me.
I always thought that were I to come to Arceus' crypt, it would be because of the work of gods alone. And here I am, by the will of none but Onakatos, flesh and blood. I cannot. I will not. Even after all these years, he has not forgotten his brand of viciousness. He knows I must obey his command. I apologize for my outbursts. However, it can be hard to let convictions go. But we must. We must.
What now?
Take the circlet back to Anakatos. He is most likely waiting for you. Be cautious in these lands. No one comes down here anymore. It is left to ruin, for the Colossi have no more need of these halls, or those interred within them. How many years did our masons toil to assemble this place? And look at it now. How easily we discard the labors of our past.
I feel you, sister. Wait a minute. Where the heck did you go? You did not go ahead of me. Okay. Maybe she's all part of my imagination. Either way. Part of me is just like the... I don't know why, but I find myself attracted to this person. She's cute. For a rock. For a solid person. For a statue, I mean. That's what happens, okay. Did not open those set of doors before.
Yes?
Apparently I gotta return to her. Oh. Thank God for this, shortcut.
Welcome, Beckon. Beckon? It seems my preconceptions were off. But I still need your divine aid. The plague spreads.
Plague? What plague?
I have worked on this city for all my lifetime. The sewers that run below it are my masterpiece. But this work of art is besmirched by rats. These foul vermin run rampant in my catacombs, tainting it with their fetid presence. Try as I might, I cannot best the scourge. But you, Beckon, your divine intervention is needed.
Divine intervention against rats?
I have never known beasts with such low cunning and high birth rates. They are fearless as they are disgusting.
I'll try. What do I do?
I have pinpointed a much-traveled route used by the rats and seeded it with traps that can be activated on command. Find the levers that activate those traps. They've been placed on a ledge overlooking the route. When you see the rats pass below, simply pull the levers as they approach the traps. Slay the filthy vermin. A hidden menace, the secret horde. Though few acknowledge them, the rats are the great threat to this city. In my younger days, I hunted the vermin with a force of will unequaled by the greatest of the theologians in Lycaeus. I am a mason, one of many caretakers of the sewers. Lycaeus breeds thinkers, philosophers. They spend their days pondering the greater meaning of existence. Such are their debates that they shake the very foundations of Idylla. For some time, non-believers have touted that the relevance of the Lycaeus has passed. But I'm confident all it needs is one brilliant lecturer to stoke its fires. Are you enjoying its splendors? This fair city is rich with them. Even in the sewers, under its gleaming exterior, lies a feat of engineering unrivaled by other cities in Amalur.
What do I need to do?
Once I hunted the rats that plague our sewers with such zeal. But I have worked myself to exhaustion, and am forced to rest here. Though I rest, the rats do not. Please, find the traps I laid in the sewer, and lay waste to them. I wish you well. Greetings, stranger.
How may I serve?
Down the sewers. To the king.
You bear the circlet of Arcase. Then the wreath is almost complete. The foundation is gold with runes of prayer, as I said. Now, it must be woven with blood and toil. The colossi furnish the foundation, and nature furnishes the trappings. The laurels of the wreath are not crafted, but earned. We seek Terex veins. Once they are ours, once the wreath is complete, the ritual of atonement can begin.
We're making this from Pedrix?
I take it you have encountered a Teryx before.
Teryx, okay.
Likely the mongrel, carrion-eating scavengers that plague us. They are a common foe. They seek the veins of the Alpha Teryx. They are fierce and proud, all that is wild and savage in nature. To prove to the gods the righteousness of our faith, and we must conquer a mighty foe. They will serve.
Where are we going?
The gods sent you to bear witness to our atonement. To do that, we must complete the Wreath of Absolution. The wreath is made from the large feathers, the veins of the Teryx Alphas. They live in Eris to the south. Salvation.
I gotta sell this stuff, sadly. It has been a while. Not really a while. Let's go to the bug of Lyrogryphs.
Students of magic, masters of spells. Consider the maid staff. Would you prefer ordinary? Every serious student shops at Lyrogryphs. So long. Curios, clasps, sticks. So long. Consider the maid staff. Would you prefer Lyria? Consider the maid staff. Would you prefer Lyria? Every serious student shops at Lyrogryphs. Lyria, curios, clasps,
Just give me the
staves,
shop
and robes.
icon,
All
please.
about. So long. Consider the maid staff. Would you prefer ordinary or magic's mistress and goddess of Lyria? Mages worth their salt. Buy from Lyrogryphs.
Thank you. Good grief. Alright, here we go. Sell all junk. 1,398,624 to 115,969 gold for 33 junked. Oh my mama. That Aspis there. Dang.
Go forth, live.
Bonkers. Bonkers, I'll tell you, bonkers. See, Catarrock. We'll place some stuff in the chest. I wanna put some things into my chest. It will at least take away some of the load. Please. 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 Check something out here. Fast travel to the city. Fast travel to the city.
Great Anacatos walks among us, and the citizens are awed. This act seems small to you, Beckoned, but it is enough to give my people hope. I thank you, on their behalf, if nothing else. Yes, what do you need of me? Very well.
I hope you find Idilla.
Idilla from Piccadilly. I don't think I have any curses on me, but I want to see.
Have you seen the rather small?
Do you require assistance? I can heal whatever wounds you may suffer. Perhaps I should see Stratton's newest play.
Yes, maybe you should.
Yes?
Well, there is somebody with a quest here, so let's take it. Just noticed myself.
And the Beckoned arrives at last. What do you think of our humble academy, chosen one? Could I perhaps convince you to debate one of my prodigies? Surely the Beckoned of Athene would be a worthy lecturer.
What is this place?
I despair that the Lycaeus has passed under the awareness of one so blessed. Our academy is the center of conversation for philosophy and theology in Idilla. Would you be opposed to joining us for a dialogue or two? It would be an honor. The spears, you mean? They are for the debate.
Perhaps I will.
Wonderful! With the hard times about us, I worry that our long-kept traditions will eventually be lost as the school's influence wanes. Your involvement is sure to spark interest in the Lycaeus once again. Now, let us begin. In your first debate, you face Thace, one of my most promising students. I am the master of the Lycaeus. I do what I can to enlighten the minds of those who enter my academy. That is what we were before the gods sought to raise us up. Life for the Mairu was not as you see here. The Mairu cared only for base pleasures, carnage, conquest, and power. They were far from the enlightened people the Colossi are today. I will admit, times are difficult for the school. Few have the fire within them to debate. They seem to prefer moping. If anything, this city is great for separating the weak and impious from the strong. Not all have kept the promises we made to the gods. Some have left our city to live in the wilds, as if they were the Mairu. Fools. He did not have the strength needed to appeal to the gods. Though he was named Primos, his virtue faded over time. Many argue the meaning of the beacon. Are you a conduit of the gods, or are you merely their messenger? I know what you are, though. You are the strength of the gods incarnate.
What do I do again?
Speak to Thace, and let him know you're ready for a debate. Study hard.
Greetings, Beacon. I take it that Onisimos wishes me to go through with this debate? Very well.
Here to debate.
You are? Then, I will begin. I mean, here is the topic of discussion. A torrential storm sweeps a youngling and a full-grown colossi into the flow of a river. A big one. A river, I mean. Now, there is only time to save one. Which should one choose to save?
Why save wolves of any age? The child and the adult. The child.
You would choose to spare the potential for strength over the certainty of it. That's a stance few might stand by. Very well, let us begin the debate. Let us prepare. Please. Here is my new thesis.
You smashed him senseless, Beacon.
What is the meaning of this?
Why, this is the form all debates take here at the Lycaeus. Opening statements are made, and combat determines the victor. I am unsure what else you were expecting. That said, will you allow others to challenge you? You appear to be quite skilled.
Ready for another debate.
Speak to Sisters. He is eager to debate with you. My students have told me that Sisters wishes to challenge you. Speak to him. He will be glad to test his might against yours. Is it my turn to challenge you, Beckoned? I am eager to test you, and myself.
Here to debate.
I am glad. Tell me, what is the most effective display of strength in the following scenario? On a trip across a vast desert, you and a companion encounter a boulder. It is an airborne boulder, and it crushes your friend. He tells you, "Leave me, Beckoned. Even were you to lift this boulder from off my battered body, I would be but half a colossi." What would the strong do?
Oh man, what? Leave me back and even were you to lift this boulder from my battered body, I would be but half a colossi. What would the strong do? I kind of want to say let him die an honorable death, but I kind of want to help him to remove the boulder. But if he's crushed and there's not really anything you can do for him, then removing the boulder would be useless. I could show mercy and crush him myself to end his life, to end his pain and suffering, but part of me wants to say let him die an honorable death.
That is a most colossi way of dealing with the situation. Your friend would live as but a shell of himself, even if he survived. It is better to leave him. However, what if he is not himself? What if the impact has loosed him of his senses? If you saved him, he might live to regret his original intent. But enough words. Let us dig to the truth of the matter and debate. Prepare yourself. Shall we? Here.
The reason why I kind of chose that is because sometimes warriors let people die an honorable death. Like, so if he was crushed by that and he was still, like, left alive. Yeah.
And the Beckoned arrives at last. An absolutely
doesn't sound very
scintillating
honorable,
debate,
but,
Beckoned.
I mean,
Sisters didn't
if it
stand
happens,
a
it happens.
chance. Are you ready for another? Find my disciple Zeno when you are. He wishes to challenge you. Speak to Zeno. He wishes to test his intellect against yours. Study hard. Is there something you require? My disciple, Zeno, wishes to speak with you. He would be more than happy to debate you. Study hard.
You are the Beckoned? I wish to challenge you. Sisters and Face are worthy opponents. That you have debated them is impressive indeed. Especially for one so short.
Oh, you call me short? I'll be right back, folks. I gotta shut the window. It's raining. Well, it's coming in now. I have returned. Thank you, Mama Pizza. Hello, Louie. Welcome to the channel. I was in, I can't really pronounce the name, so I'm going to say Sergi for short. I was in her stream last night when she was playing Dead by Daylight, and she was playing with somebody I can't really... the name escapes me. But she seemed nice. Yeah. Missed you last night. You weren't there. We were like... felt like we were missing our translator. Hopefully you'll be there to play Dead by Daylight with her tonight there, Louis. Alright, I'm here to debate.
You are one of the greatest debaters I have ever seen, Beckoned. I hope I present a worthy challenge. My query for you is simple. What makes a war worth fighting?
A just cause.
That is a suitable response, if a bit subjective. I am of the belief that nothing makes war more worth fighting than a worthy opponent, such as yourself. Prepare yourself for debate. Prepare yourself. My veracity. Clear.
Zeno's argument was hastily prepared drivel next to your well-constructed thesis. Fine, an older disciple, wishes to debate with you.
You ready for another debate?
Speak to Fine. She is my eldest disciple, very powerful and wise. A true challenge awaits you. Speak to Fine. She is eager to match her logic against yours. Study hard.
You've defeated many of Master Onisimos' students, Beckoned. I am the oldest, the most powerful. Prepare yourself to face the Master's most gifted student.
Here to debate. Oh wait, Finny.
I am a student of Master Onisimos, and I hold the highest rank among all of his disciples. My current point of study is the nature of strength and its relation to virtue.
Here to debate.
Excellent. You've done well thus far, but I have another query to test you. Does might make right?
Power and morality are unrelated.
That is an intriguing point, but it runs counter to the core of Colossi values. Our culture hinges on the belief that strength is given by the gods to those with the virtue to wield it. Let us debate the issue. My virtue shall prove that you are wrong. Prepare yourself.
Right makes right. I already selected my pizza, sorry.
Prepare for my conclusion.
Yes. It is a remaster from the original Louis. So the graphics are a bit improved. Oh, missed.
Here is a summation of my studies.
No, not really. So basically, they just improve the graphics a bit, and then they added the 2 DLCs in with the base game. That's what they did with the re-release of Re-Reckoning instead of Reckoning.
Beckon, welcome back. Have you been enjoying your debates?
I defeated all your disciples.
Indeed, you have defeated all of my students, Beckon. The issue I pose to you is this, brought to my mind by your overwhelming strength. Can those with absolute power, such as yourself, have courage? If one enters battle with victory all but assured, can one also be called brave?
Are you calling me a coward? You sound envious to me, or envious of me, and yes, victory is never imminent. I'm gonna go with yes, victory is never imminent.
You have proven differently here at the Lycaeos. Very well. Let us debate. Prepare yourself. Brace yourself. Here is my evidence. Your merit will not save
most challenging one.
You have my underlying gratitude for participating in our competitions. Please take this as a token of my appreciation. Word of your scintillating lectures is sure to bring attention to our school. Already there are more spectators in the Lycaeos than there have been in years. Your thoughts guard you well in combat. May this talisman offer you similar protection. Though we were all taught sound lessons, my students and I have never seen this many in the Lycaeos. Truly, you have helped us. Study hard.
Yep, it appeared so.
Beckon, have you come seeking debate?
Take the money. And all this happened because I had to go and talk to see if I had any diseases. Or not diseases, curses. I guess a curse could be like a disease. In a way. Let's head down. I remember one time I went to the left. No, I went south. So I gotta go the other directions. when I reach the, what do you call it? South before, let's go west. How are you feeling now, Mama Pizza? So you're not sore anymore, or are you still sore, but just not as sore, or still sore, but you just don't want me to worry? Sore. It's Sky Blossom. Did you take something for your back? I didn't get or do or whatever. $45 physical damage, 27 piercing damage, 14 primal damage, 15% damage at night, 6% mana. Right on. Don't want that. Nope, nope. 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 Windy there? It's just rainy here. Supposed to be getting flurries tomorrow. Somebody told my mom that we were supposed to be getting like 35 centimeters of snow, and I'm like sitting there like, oh, I wish. Foundation report, Sector 1, sound foundations. Sector 2, minor leakage, otherwise sound. Sector 3, rats nesting, otherwise sound. Sector 4, sound foundations. Sector 5, area mostly detached and floated away. Structural integrity not compromised. Sector 6, minor leakage, otherwise sound. Sector 7, sound foundations. Sector 8, massive water. Sector 8, massive water buildup. Emergency rerouting of sinister flow required. Sector 9, wall has fallen away, evidence of sprites, but more are not immediately present. Masons should be dispatched, but structural integrity not compromised. Not nice view. I like that person's what do you call it there? Nice. 284. Oof. Okay. Nice. Place whatever. Nice. 158 physical damage. Well, it is a hammer. 14,366. Oof. I want to level upgrade yet. Wrong one. We can go the other way. Because there is a thing down here too. Let's level up, I guess. Ah. Type the question to you there, Louis. Junk. I only wrote it out there just in case you were too focused on the game to really pay attention to what I was saying. Alright, let's go down and see what happens. That's a cool doorway. This way it is. Just got a trophy called Trapper. Ah, I just missed him. Two rats escaped. Okay, that was more fun than it should have been. Oh, I just picked up a shadow prism. Gross. Okay. There we go. I was gonna say, it felt a bit lost there for a moment. I'm like, how did I come in here again?
Though the Jotun have wronged us in the past,
No, actually, I want to go east. Now that I think about it. Well, all I'm going to say is that sometimes there, when I'm playing a game and somebody's like talking to me or whatever, my mind is totally focused on the game that I'm playing sometimes, and I kind of miss what they say, or wasn't, not really paying attention. Louis, I met him in another streamer's channel who was streaming Dead by Daylight, and they are Portuguese, and he was the one that was mostly speaking English to me. did pretty well with speaking English back to me. You know, basically to keep conversation. So I knew he was able to understand me, but when I asked him earlier, he didn't answer. So I just thought maybe he was having net issues or something, maybe. Oh, look at that, Prima's doorstep. Oh yeah, this is the ladder that came down. Duh. So yeah. Anywho. Time's at, wow, 2 hours into the stream. I don't know if I'm going to go the full 3. I was going to stream for a while, but I'm just kind of not really... Part of me feels like I'm not really feeling it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, eh. What's this? Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I kind of want to keep playing, but at the same time, I'm kind of just like, I just feel like being lazy and just chilling.
Well done, Beckoned. The stowaway is no more. Please take this as a token of Idilla's gratitude.
Idilla. Oh, stowaway troll.
The troll has been dealt with, beastly thing. Though I cannot help but feel as though this city has lost an institution. In a way. It is rather annoying that as high as we are from the teeth, we can still fall prey to the mischief of sprites. They've squirreled away some items in their dens below the sewer. A brooch, an idol, and a mason's hammer. I have a bad feeling about this. The city regularly sends surveyors into the sewers, but normally with an escort. But the guard has been stretched thin of late. If you found a task you wish to take on from the petition board and complete it, I will recompense you for your trouble.
Yeah. Let's see, quests.
Well done, Beckoned. It is unfortunate that our surveyor died, but thank you for returning her report. Please take this. Grim tidings. We shall be more careful with our surveys, I'm sure. But that's a cold comfort to the surveyor's family. Thank you for returning her report. Well done, Beckoned. Thank you for returning these items. Please take this as a token of Idilla's gratitude. Glad to know that the items were found without too much trouble. Thank you, Beckoned.
Oh, wow. Okay, what do we got here? Leaky faucets. One of the cisterns in the sewers has taken on too much water. If it is not drained, excess could seep into the city's foundations and cause damage. Going primal. Some primal spirits, spirits have been, or have begun constructing the nest in the sewers of the city. Find the nest and clear it up before it grows too large. Let's go with leaky faucets. Yep. My.
Greetings.
The number of rats has become greatly diminished. I see your hand in this. If ever you meet doubters of your divinity, tell them of what you have accomplished in the sewers. Please, take this amulet with my thanks. You are now an honorary sewer mason. A great accomplishment indeed.
Not really sure that's something I want to be known as, but okay.
I have heard that you wreaked havoc in the Lycaeos during your debates. Just as I expected from the beckoned, you have become truly feared in the academic circle. Still, I cannot believe how formidable you are, considering your stature.
What do you have me do?
If you have the inclination, I'd like you to take another trip into the sewers. There are always more rats to defeat.
Time to empty the cisterns. Ugh, excuse me. Seriously. Ugh. I don't know why I'm yawning. Alright, where are we at? Yeah, nap time, yeah, exactly. Which is pretty sad. Alright, left, and then left, and then right. Or wait, maybe left. Left. Yeah. Downloaded Smite last night there to play with your daughter. Didn't play last night because by the time it was done it was 3 and they were already off to bed. Yeah, I said to your daughter last night, but I don't think she really paid attention to what I said. I said, yeah, I hear your mom likes sports games. She can't wait for me to stream one. She didn't say anything. Like I said, I don't know if she heard me or she just didn't say anything. so that was a nest. Hear the water running back there. Could be that I'm hearing this. Oh my. Maybe it's Rhea Bean. I am doing okay. I have no idea why, but I feel tired. I had an alright sleep. But I don't know. I feel kind of drained for some reason. Whew, just did it in time. How are you, Rhea? I don't need that. guess I could jump down there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump down here. Let's see. It happens exactly. Oh, yes. I've been meaning to ask you. So when can we see a Just Dance stream? You are going to stream it, right? I've seen one person stream Just Dance, and they were dancing on their bed. Not really sure why. As popular as that game seems, it doesn't seem like a lot of people want to, like, you know, dance on stream. They just want to do it, like, in private. And you know what, honestly, I can't blame them. But I like to think Rhea would do that for us. Rhea's like, hell no. I don't think so. As soon as I can figure out how to set the camera up. The problem is the camera doesn't line up right with the moves and stuff. Oh, really? You probably, my guess is that you probably have to be quite far away from the camera so that it, like, gets all of your body. If you already have that, then I'm not really sure why. I've never played the game before, or know anyone personally who does. So that's a... So if you do have all the room in the world where you're playing, it's a bit of a conundrum, that. I know you have the camera, but I wonder if the phone is more sufficient to pick up moves. You tried once. Thought he set up on a tripod, but it still doesn't register properly. Ooh, yeah, it's kind of crammed in the front room. Yeah. Not really sure what to tell you. I will say this, though. I'm kind of on the verge of actually wanting to get a camera. I really am. And I can get one used off of, well, a sister site to GameStop. But it's EB Games here in Canada. But then I think to myself, well, me being in front of the camera just doesn't, you know, doesn't sound like such a great idea. Yeah, the phone acts like a controller and takes really well. Yeah, hey, you should. It's nice as soon as you have the proper setup. Like, remember when I used to for oh yeah. I wouldn't do the whole green screen thing. That's too much of a hassle, more than it's worth. I wouldn't mind people seeing, like, the background, you know, like, behind me. As messy and cluttered as my room is. The one thing that I have going through my head, if I was to do the actual streams, is there's always somebody else, you know, that has a worse off room than I do. So it doesn't really bother me. But honestly, though, I don't know. I would just have to try it, though, you know? But I don't know. I'm on the fence on it. And oh, I wouldn't even have a place to put the green screen if I really wanted it to use that method. Alright. Okay, I gotta go get going though. It's because I gotta leave in a few hours for taco. But it's not Tuesday! No, I'm just kidding. You can eat tacos any day of the week, really. Yeah, see what happens. Yeah. If you go to stream later, let me know. Via PSN message there, Rhea. Hopefully it's not too late and I'm still awake. Lately, for the past few days, I've just been passing out at like 2 o'clock my time. Which is like 1 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. I know you're not Eastern. I want to say you're 2 hours behind me if I remember correctly. So... Anyway, yeah, thank you for dropping in. It's great to see you. If you stream later, let me know. If not, it's all good. Whatever. I'll see you around, obviously. I'll continue to watch you in your splatathon. Alright. Have fun dancing, Rhea. And enjoy your tacos tonight. It's 4:30? Yep, you're 2 hours behind me. I was right. Haha. I'm actually surprised I remembered that. See ya. See you, Rhea. Maybe it's Rhea Bean. Freeze me. Oh, missed. Rhea Bean was always somebody I used to sit and watch play Overwatch. She was as much as I can't stand that game, she was the only person I would be willing to give my attention to like watch that game. Because Rhea actually makes it fun to watch. She used to stream quite a bit there back in the days, I think when she was in university, if I remember correctly. But, yeah. No, she doesn't really have a whole lot of time to stream. But it's good to catch her when she does. How dare you? Oh, you missed. Gotta be quicker than that. Nope. There. Just stay dead. Don't come back to life. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Some white flake. Every time I see that, I want to say white cap, but it's not white cap, it's white flake. Hey Gunner, I'm alright, how are you? Oh my, I swear this is like a maze, this place. I am gonna go this way. Finally the weekend, yes, that is correct. Yeah, lately when Rajo's been streaming, I've just been... No way. Are you kidding me right now? Aw, man. Oh, no, that's right. It is down here. Like my legs bend backward and snap in half. Ugh. Even I just cringed at that. Yeah. I've just been either streaming, or I've been eating, or I've been out, or I just... What I mean by eating, I mean eating and watching some shows there. Yeah. It's cool that his week anniversary has, you know, be an affiliate, or a year ago. Was it a year ago that he's been affiliate, or a year ago he started streaming? Can't remember. Go east. What kind of gift card giveaways there, Gunner? A year being affiliated, okay. Couldn't remember if it was affiliated or stream, or just streaming in general. You know what? Mine would have been 2 years ago if I did it right then and there. But as I said, I just don't trust putting that information on my computer. So I don't want that information to be out, and you know, because I do believe that I actually have keyloggers there on my computer that they're able to see what I'm typing, and I don't want that sensitive information to go out. If I could put my information in for affiliate via fax machine, I do it, but they don't do that. They don't do it that way, which I think is bogus, really. Now, when you say one PSN, are we talking PS Plus, or are we talking PSN gift card as in, like, dollar amount worth? Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to partake in that then. Actually, to be honest, we wouldn't be able to partake in any of that, honestly, Gunner. Because we're Canadian.
Keep the peace.
Steam? I don't know, because there is different values, right? I mean, maybe, but I kind of highly doubt it, though. Steam is worldwide. Yeah, but let me put it to you this way. If I was to buy $25 a gift card down in the States, I'd be paying more than $25 because I'm using Canadian money. But if I was to purchase it here, it would be $25 flat fee. But seeing, yeah, someone from Europe won and was able to claim it, really? Okay. Alright. That's kind of weird. Wish PlayStation was the same way. But, yep, the dollar amount is what causes it to be different, which is understandable, I guess, but...
Well done, Beckend. The masons tell me the pressure in the cisterns has yielded.
It seems we have you to thank yet again. Please take this in thanks. Well, I expect that someone in the teeth got a nasty shock if they were hit with the runoff from the cisterns. Thank you for your help. Aye, we get them now and again. But when a primal sprite shows up, well, that's a problem of a different sort. Well done, Beckend. The nest of primal sprites and their thralls has been removed. Please take this as a token of Idilla's gratitude.
Next one places don't do that. Yeah, exactly. Mainly for the reason that I spoke
hope
of.
You have done well.
But I will say this though, Gunner. That's cool, but now if you was to give away PlayStation Plus membership subscriptions, then that would work. Because you can buy PlayStation Plus subscriptions down in the States, and it will work here. So when I hear people, especially Americans, say, "What should I do for gift? Gift-wise?" Sometimes they're like, "Oh, well, what if I just do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you could do that, but if you want more than just Americans to partake, then Canadians or European people won't be able to do anything with the PlayStation money. So they're gonna have to, opt out. So if you want more than one set of people to partake, you would have to do this. So I always recommend the PlayStation Plus subscription cards. But nobody ever goes for it. So I just normally answer with, "I don't know." What's he streaming tonight? Last night I know he did Paladins, but wait, was it Paladins tonight? Last night? No, that was Wednesday night. Killing Floor 2 was last night. That's right. So I remember you seeing you in there with him. Rogue. Kind of at a loss here. Rogue. What's this? Oh, the Proctor's wife. Okay. Rogue Company. That's right. I forgot about that game. Yeah. Rogue Company. I don't know what university is. The statue of a Colossi woman appears to be unfinished. On the lower half, there is a signature that reads Pastor. distance.
You must be the one I've been hearing so much talk about. The one that has been beckoned by Athene. You are truly someone special. Special enough that perhaps you could help me with a task that has been of great concern to me.
How can I help?
I seek to restore this shrine, so that the patrols of the Teeth of Naros can take use of it. The shrine carries the blessings of the gods, relaying them to special litanies. However, the magics of the shrine have worn out. But it can be repaired. With 5 of these litanies, the magics of the shrine can be restored.
How does this work again?
The shrine is a conduit of the gods' blessings. From healing magics to invulnerability, much could be gained for the devoted. But the blessings of this shrine could be relayed to special litanies, so that the magics could be enjoyed from anywhere. The shrine has lost its magic, but it could be restored if we can bring 5 litanies back to it.
I will find the litanies for you.
Thank you, friend. I would search myself, but I would need to leave my post to do so. And I must keep the watch. 5. Yes, 5 litanies should hold enough magic to restore the altar to working condition. Gather them and bring them here.
Where can I find the
They are
litanies?
scattered throughout the Teeth of Naros. I could not say their exact locations, but if you look hard enough, you will find them. Farewell, chosen one.
You say so. So what are you up to there, Gunner? Are you gonna be? I take it you're gonna be joining them in Rogue Company.
We are here. That is good. I feel hope stirring in my veins once more. It is the prospect of reconciliation that has granted me a second youth. Come. We must kill the alphas of each eyrie. With their veins in hand, we shall fulfill the gods' wishes.
Where do we find Terek's feathers?
The Terek's eyries lie in the wilds of the Teeth of Naros, to the south of the city. We need not look far to find what we seek. But while there are many lesser Tereks here, we seek only the plumage of their strongest and brightest. These are the true challenge. We must act. Feel Balin's embrace.
Oh, where's the alpha?
Feel my wrath.
Nothing much. Might be just relaxing at the moment. Yeah, might be. Haven't decided yet.
Feel my wrath. Circlet must be.
Yeah, just one of the. I don't know.
Thus we begin. And as we harvest these trophies, you shall learn the journey the Colossi have taken to get here. Once we were but savages, no better than the other giant kin. We were called Myru. To that identity we were chained until one day, a Athene spoke to us. She spoke of a destiny and greatness that was not ours, but could be. She showed us the path of ascension, and we followed it here to the teeth of Naros.
Your people... Choked up there. Your people are not from here?
No, we are far from the homeland of our ancestors. Undoubtedly the gods wished us to renounce our savage history. It was necessary. Though the Jotun and Etin once regarded us as kin, they grew jealous of us, of the strength we gained from the gods' favor. Tensions rose to war. It was a sign from Athene to my people to seek a new homeland, where the bounty of her wisdom could be harvested eternally. We must act.
Yeah.
Feel my wrath.
I recently downloaded Smite there to play with a few friends to give it another try. Because back then when I tried it, I just couldn't get into it, but I was playing alone. And that could have been the reason why. I didn't get all the PSVR games, but I did grab Infamous. I don't know why I was gonna say Infamous. I grabbed Res Infinite. I said Infamous. That came out Infamous, then Infinite. I grabbed Res Infinite and Subnautica. I need to go onto their web store to get the Witness and Abzu though, because I already have them as PS Plus games, so I'm not able to do that through the PlayStation. So I need to go on there to get it that way, so I can claim them. I already own Enter the Gungeon. I only played it twice. Game's hard. I think I'll claim them just for the sake of having them, but I tried the VR. It's nice, it's cool, but one, too many cords, and three, you need to have the space to play it, and I don't have the space to play it. And even if I did, Sony doesn't even support the game, the thing itself. They did a lot of support for it when it first came out. Nobody at the Sony studios are making games for it. Nobody. It's another Vita. It's like the PlayStation Move. I supported the PlayStation Move for the PlayStation 3, and it barely does anything, or it doesn't work with so many games. And I don't really have a whole lot of space to even use that. And the lighting on it is, well, it's terrible. It's it's crap. It's garbage, really. I don't know why they just don't take the games that they brought out with their own IPs, like the Sports Champions or the the other one there with the Ratchet and Clank and all them in it. Jack and Dexter and stuff like that. I can't remember what it's called. I have it, but I never played it. I don't know why they just don't release these out for the PS4. Honestly, just have it work with that camera. Just have it like tweaked so that they can do it like that. But you know, whatever. Because I mean, the PS4 camera is probably a step up from the PlayStation Eye for the PS3. Needless to say, it's cool, but it's gonna die out sometime soon. Like, they're coming out with another, or a PS... Somebody told me that it was a PSVR 2, but it's not PSVR 2. It's apparently a PlayStation VR controller or something, or I don't know, whatever. I'm not sure what it is. I never looked into it. I just looked at it. I just heard about it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's good that, like, other third-party companies are supporting it, but if it wasn't for them, it would be dead in the water, just basically like Vita. They didn't really do a good job with the BE. What's the BE?
We wandered the teeth of Naros in search of the homeland we were
promised.
promised.
The VR.
And when hope seemed lost...
Correct, right.
We found the Hyperion. It was a divine artifact. No mortal hand could have crafted it. A massive stone, alone in the wilderness, with the image of a floating city engraved upon its surface. At the city's heart was the Hyperion itself. We knew then Athene was tasking us to craft this wondrous city, to form a covenant. But we betrayed that ideal.
I'll be honest with you, Gunnar. I think they did a good job for what they had to deal... sorry. Let me rephrase that. I think they did a good job with the VR with what they had to work with for a console. A console's VR is not going to be anywhere close to what a computer's VR is going to be. But it's still pretty cool to experience it. Like, it's still good on its own, like, merit. Like, I never played the PC VR. Never have. And never will. Because I don't know anybody who is into VR. But I will say this, though. I'd like to think they did the best job that they could with what they have for the consoles. It's not bad from what I played of it, but you need to have the right setup to play it. But I wouldn't buy it. I remember when Walmart was getting rid of a lot of their things, and they were getting rid of the PSVR bundles. They were selling it for $99. Couldn't believe it. If I was to buy one, it would have been then and there. And if you wanted to experience VR, that would probably be the best way to go about it, because it's the cheapest option. Or was at one point. I don't know if it still is or not. I honestly think Sony should, like, make it cheaper than what they have it at now, but that's just me. Yeah.
To test our worthiness, the gods have strewn throughout Amalur riddles, puzzles, and challenges. Answering them demonstrates our greatness. The Hyperion is one such challenge. Perhaps the greatest of them. And though we discovered it years before, we still do not have the answer. Salvation awaits.
86 gold. Very nice. Do I have the VR? No.
Feel Balan's embrace.
Somebody posted it on a website called Red Flag Deals, which which I thought was crazy. Oh, you want to hear something else that's crazy? This would be for you only, but our red flag dealers, or RFDers as they call them, picked it clean. But the Shoppers Drug Mart in Ontario. Let me put it to you this way. The Shoppers Drug Mart in Ontario, we're getting rid of most of their Xbox and PlayStation games for $2. $2. I can't remember what location, but there were like... You know what? Give me a moment. Okay. Give me a quick second. Oh, come on, mouse, don't do me now. Mouse is dying. Yeah, the guy took a screenshot of his overhaul. Apparently, 2 people cleaned out each, or one of the stores. One person bought one half of the games, and another person bought the other half, and I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. But that's how things used to be back then when we had multiple stores. That was once upon a time, though. Obviously, that doesn't exist anymore. Because now Walmart rules the coop, and they're already gone to crap because, well, what they blame is pandemic. But yet they're allowing certain items back, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then they got, like, they, you know, set up and started, you know, running things different, where it's like, oh, before you didn't really need a receipt, but now you do, and all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, okay. PlayStation 5 standard hardware super bundled, 10,810 air miles. Wow, it's crazy. Oh, okay. I just seen this. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's PC, of course. Of course it is. Where is it at? I see something that catches my eye. Hold on.
In the end, the city rose, but the Hyperion did not follow. The heart of the city remained unmoved. That we could not abide. My predecessor, Arcades, sought to force the Hyperion up, The Hyperion rejected him, killing him and his followers, and sealed itself away. Our work here is concluded. As a show of thanks, take this helm. Once reserved for our strongest fighters, it is only fitting you receive it.
I gotta dive into my browser history for this because I'm not finding it. Here we go. Found it. Okay. So, this is just an example. One person ended up buying the following games. He bought Lego Harry Potter. He bought Lego Jurassic World. He bought the old... You have contracted disease. Well, that's great. Ghostbusters, the the remastered PS3 game. Destiny 2, Lego Batman 3, Bioshock Collection, MLB The Show 17, Borderlands 3, Infamous Second Son, Contra Hard Corps, Anthem, Borderlands 3, Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted, the Uncharted Collection. One game I can't really make out because of the bright light. Rapala Fishing, The Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid, Borderlands Handsome Collection, I believe it is. One other game I can't make out, Little Big Planet 3, Bendy and the Ink Machine, another game that I can't see the title of that one because he has the other side up. Minecraft Dungeons, Just Dance 14, NHL 19, Killzone Shadowfall, NBA 2K15, Doom, Killzone, Overcooked 2, something to do with battle in the title. That looks like it's Horizon Zero Dawn. Another game I can't really make out, and another NHL game. All those were $2 a piece. But when he posted like what they had there, Star Wars Squadrons is another one, and Resident Evil 3 and For Honor. Yeah.
I must make the gods see that my people can be redeemed for the faults of Arcades. With a wreath in hand, I can conduct a ritual of atonement. As you bear the cipher, the conduit to the gods, you will bear witness. Come, we must conduct this ceremony at the site of our original transgression. Let us go to the Hyperion.
No way. No way. Hold on. Really? This can't be. Holy smokes. Okay. Gunnar, are you still... Okay, Gunnar, you're still there, right?
This is not a ritual in a traditional sense. Never have we fallen so far. Never have we needed such an act of conviction. We must go to the Hyperion which lies beneath the city of Idylla, is the site of our great sin, and to be the site of our great absolution.
For those who are watching on YouTube, I apologize for the long pause. I was looking at this stuff there to tell my friend this. Tell my friend this stuff. But I'm glad I just looked on there, because I can say this right now for people there.
It is a riddle carved of stone that the gods left for us. It shows a city of the clouds, with the Hyperion itself floating at its heart. It was a covenant the gods wished to form with us, to raise Idylla and the Hyperion with it. But the riddle is difficult, and we have no answer for it.
I heard that I heard this was not really that good. I heard mixed things, like I heard it's not that good, I heard that it is good, but I heard it's only good for downloadable games, and then, like, you know, Sony was saying that all their games were downloadable, and then actually it's not. But, right now, this was a deal until March 12th, and it was, for a few days earlier this month. But they wanted PlayStation Now, for a 1-month subscription, half off, which was like $6, so it would have been like $6 something. But right now, it's going for $1 for a 1-month subscription. And I'm willing to try it for $1. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, sure, it's no Xbox Game Pass where it's like, oh, here's brand new games. But there's games there that you can sit and try. That just to try it for the sake of trying. See if it's any good. And I'm actually thinking on doing that, honestly. I really am. Because there is a few games that were on that, like, PlayStation Now list right now that makes me say, you know what, $1, okay. But I will tell you this right now, just in case you are interested, Gunner, just as a huge warning, if you are interested in trying it for $1, if you go to download any of the games on there that was free on PlayStation Plus at one time, at one point, the license somehow overwrites the PlayStation Plus version of it, and therefore, if you, like, when your PlayStation Now subscription's up and you go to try to play it through PlayStation Plus there, you can't get access to that game anymore. That's what people have said about the service, which I think is absolute trash. But Sony's licensing, or their not their licensing, but their licenses for their properties, no, not for their properties, but for their stuff that they do, it's just all over the place. It's just sloppy. It's a sloppy mess.
The cipher you carry is a conduit to the gods, to their wisdom, their judgment, and their power. You carry it, and thus you are their intermediary. Since you will bear witness to the ritual of atonement, the gods will as well.
Will this ritual work?
If it will not, then why were you brought to me? To give pretense to salvation, to raise our hopes, only to crush them with failure? I know the gods of my forerunners. They would not flaunt the answer to their riddles without sharing it. Now come. The Hyperion awaits. You must act.
Yeah. So, apparently, that's some of the issues that people had. And then they would call up Sony, and then Sony would be like, yeah, there's not really anything we can do about that. And it's like, yeah, but I claimed it on PlayStation Plus. Then I had PlayStation Now, subscribed, And here I am playing these games, but now that my now is lapsed, I can't get access to this game anymore. And then they're like, yeah, sorry, there's nothing we can do. And I'm like, that is a absolutely terrible answer. Not answer, but that's terrible that they can't do anything. And it's their own licenses for their own things, for crying out loud. They need to like rework on that stuff, and they never have, from as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I could be completely off and could be wrong, but I don't want to take the chance. So if I was to get the dollar thing there, and I went to say get a game like, say if they have Vampire on the list, I would just avoid Vampire. As long as I avoid Vampire, then it won't overwrite the license for the PlayStation Plus game. You know what I mean? So just take accountability of all the PlayStation Plus games that you've gotten, and just avoid those games on the list, and just go for everything else. That way, you won't get screwed over. So it's not really hard to do. You just gotta sit there and be like, oh, this game was a PlayStation Plus game at one point. And if you're not sure, just go to the PlayStation Plus Reddit and you'll see all the games that were available at one point as a, you know, this camp. Then you'll see all the games that were available at one point on PlayStation Plus. Does it affect the PS3 games? I don't know, because I've never heard anybody really talk about the PlayStation Plus PS3's game licenses. Only the PS4 stuff. So,
who wanders into my camp? What is this? You are far too small to be a colossi. So it's true then. The beckoned has come.
You live in this Jotun camp?
This is my home, but not for much longer. I moved out here to reconnect with my roots, you see. My heritage as a giant race. However, my time on my own has come to an end. I am ready to take the next step and go and live amongst the Jotun of the Teeth of Naros. There are only loose ends that need to be taken care of, but I have sworn off Idylla for all days I have left.
Gonna play some Rogue Company? Alrighty, man. It's good having you in here, man. Have fun with the game, and tell Rajo I said hi. Thanks for stopping in. You want to live with the Jotun?
Karunk was my chief concern with me trying to move in with the Jotun. Now that he is dead, it seems to be the perfect time to do this. The logical step is that I must live among the Jotun. Yes, I do. I have lived on my own in this abandoned Jotun camp long enough.
I could travel to Idylla for you.
Would you? I will reward you for your help. I will not be needing the coin where I am going. I want for my family ring, currently in the hands of my brother Heliodorus, and to see my journal delivered to my old comrade Darius. But perhaps most of all, I want you to find my wife, Corina. I would like you to bring her here to me.
What must I do again?
You must retrieve my family ring, deliver my journal, and speak with my wife.
Okay. How do I get the ring? Or what do I say to Corina?
Convince Corina to come down from the city and see me. If you could bring her here, then I can talk her into living with me and the Jotun.
How do I get the ring?
The ring is currently in the possession of my rather odious brother Heliodorus in Idylla. I doubt he will surrender it kindly. He hides it in the living quarters of Idylla. You can try liberating the ring yourself, or finding a way of dealing with my brother.
Where do I take the journal?
My journal needs to be delivered to my friend, Darius. He is most likely camped out somewhere in the teeth of Naros. Be quick, Beckend. I must get to the Jotun soon. There's not really enough space in this camp for two.
Going.
Genie, hello there, Beckend. Been traveling in the teeth of Naros?
I have this journal for you.
This is Histus's research. So that must mean he is preparing to go live with the Jotun. I cannot say I completely agree with Histus's methods, but I can respect his intent with his research. Thank you, Beckend. Wish him the best for me. Histus is a dear friend of mine, formerly a peer, but as we tried to build ties with the Jotun, well, things turned. Farewell.
Farewell. So, where's the other circle at? Oh, here it is. This is gonna stink. I still have the disease as far as I'm concerned there about the pizza. Oi. Oof. I would love to continue going, but I'm just gonna come back and finish that quest. Oh wait, it's not really me finishing the quest. I'm gonna run past all the fights. Alright, fine. he is running pretty fast. Freaking kobold. Yep, fix them all, their Mama Pizza. this stuff off. Oh my. Ow, my neck. Oh my, time for the buggy store.
Students of magic, masters of spells. Curios, clasps,
Oh, great. First shot, too. Thank you. Let's see, how much bank? 41 junked items for 127,566.
Sleeves and robes, all of the highest quality. Go forth, live boldly, then return. Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
So my daughter went to the doctor today? Which doctor? Which doctor? Which daughter, I meant. Not doctor. Which daughter? Iced tea. Oh. Pork chop. I hope it's a good doctor's appointment. Yes. Okay, good, good. Any time now? Nice. The date given was the 28th, right? So just better wait for that bundle of joy to pop out.
You have come, good. We stand in a ground once hallowed beyond all things,
right.
now tainted by the excommunication of my people. Ever since that terrible day when arrogance and desperation brought about the disfavor of the gods, my followers have tended this place. Now come. We shall go to the antechamber of the Hyperion, the very spot where the sins of the Colossi were answered.
What's the antechamber?
The antechamber is the flawed design of Arcais. It was the means by which he sought to force the Hyperion to join the city. It was to do so using the spark of divine magic Athene placed into each of us, that these fragments combined create a force equal to that of a god. Such power was never meant to be wielded by the unworthy. The energies struck back at Arcais, and the many assembled in his chamber, killing them. The end of this awaits.
I am glad to see you survived the Teryx Era's beckoned. And now I see that Anakatos is intent on fulfilling his whim. I would be careful. The temple is old.
You know, earlier I thought this. It was like raining and like everything was calm, and I was just like, you know, I wonder if it's gonna storm. And I just seen a flash of blue. So yeah, I better call it here. Yep, still got the disease. Oh boy. Alrighty. Well, I saved, not playing with fate not tempting fate. Or not tempting fate, not tempting, I'm not playing with fire here. But yeah. So, I would like to thank Mama Pizza for popping by, Louise for popping in, or Mama Pizza for popping in, huh? I also want to thank Rhea B94 for popping in, and I would also like to thank Gunner for popping in, and anybody else who has come by and lurked. Thank you for popping in. I greatly appreciate the lurk. A lurk is also very well accepted here, because your review counts. For those who are on YouTube, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying this playthrough. Yep, there goes another thing. Storm's going to be coming around. Anyway, so yeah. Sorry for the long ramblings earlier throughout the stream. Like looking stuff up and whatever and stuff like that. Sorry for the standstill at some parts while talking. Sometimes I have to pause for a moment to... But sometimes I'd just like to pause and just talk and speak there for the time being. I try not to go long for too long, but anywho. Yeah, anyway. Storm's here. I've seen 2 blue flashes. So, yeah, Thunder and Lightning's going to be here any second, so... No Dave. No Dave today. I'm not sure how he's doing. But, I don't know. See what happens. But anyway, Monday, I'll be back with more Amalur. So, all that good stuff. Anyway, thank you all for joining. And I'll see you Monday. Take care. So what are we looking at down here? A rotating thing. Okay. Right. I see. I see. Okay. Alright. See you next time there's Sicandra. Find it. Don't answer me.
What is it?
I just said see you next time, Sicandra. Find it. Don't pay attention.